Hey everyone! Welcome to PopLinks. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because this isn't just gossip, it's a full-blown public meltdown caught in real time. Imagine this: Tony Rich, the man proudly known as Claressa Shields' perfect fiancé, suddenly losing control in front of a crowd. And his anger, directed straight at Papoose, the rapper people call untouchable, the husband, the loyal man, the one whose name carries respect in hip-hop and beyond. But on this night, all that loyalty and respect got dragged into chaos. The fight didn't start in the ring. It started with pride, jealousy, and years of tension boiling under the surface. Tony Rich, who had been smiling for cameras and playing the role of supportive partner, finally cracked. Witnesses say he was sick of being compared, tired of whispers, and desperate to escape Papoose's shadow. And when that frustration finally snapped, the world got to watch it unfold like a live pay-per-view gone wrong. This wasn't just a brawl, it was betrayal, humiliation, and scandal wrapped in one explosive scene. Because when Claressa Shields is at the center of any love triangle, you're not just dealing with romance, you're inviting a storm. Tony thought he could handle it, but what he got was more chaos than he ever signed up for. Let's break it down. Tony Rich has always carried himself like he had it all: the fiancé, the spotlight, the lifestyle. But respect can't be bought with a diamond ring or curated Instagram posts. Respect is earned, and no matter what he did, Tony could never outrun the shadow of Papoose. Because here's the truth: Papoose isn't just Remy Ma's husband. He's a cultural symbol of loyalty. He stood by his wife through prison, through scandals, through every storm. His name became shorthand for dedication, and for Tony Rich, that comparison was a curse. He staged power couple photos, gave Claressa lavish gifts, tried to show up at every event, but when the headlines came, they weren't about him. They were about Remy and Papoose. Social media made it worse. Memes of Papoose being the perfect man went viral while Tony became the butt of jokes. Screenshots and side-by-side comparisons floated across Twitter, making him look like nothing more than Claressa's plus one. And Tony, who saw himself as her rock, grew obsessed with proving otherwise. Behind the smiles, insiders say Tony became paranoid. Friends whispered that he would check Claressa's phone, show up uninvited to her training sessions, and argue over the smallest things. Neighbors even claimed they heard him yelling about respect in the middle of the night. And then came the rumors. Whispers online suggested that Claressa's loyalty wasn't as strong as it looked. And whose name got pulled into those rumors? Papoose. Was there proof? No. But proof doesn't matter in gossip culture. Suspicion alone was enough to set Tony's pride on fire. So how did it explode into fists? Simple: jealousy, insecurity, and a little bit of alcohol. Reports say Tony had been drinking that night. Witnesses described him as flushed, angry, and unsteady, but determined. When he spotted Papoose at the same event Claressa was expected to attend, the ticking time bomb finally went off. Cameras were already rolling, because in this world, everything is content. The moment Tony lunged at Papoose, phones were raised, chairs fell, people screamed. Chaos broke out in seconds. And what did the crowd chant? Stop, over and over. But let's be real, nobody really wanted it to stop. They wanted clips, they wanted angles, they wanted a viral moment. And Tony gave it to them. One video already racing around TikTok shows him shouting, "You think you're the only loyal man in hip-hop," before throwing a sloppy punch. Spoiler, he missed. But the humiliation didn't. Because this fight wasn't about landing blows. It was about years of bottled-up rage spilling into the open. Tony wasn't just swinging at Papoose. He was swinging at every meme, every comparison, every laugh behind his back. And when it all played out on camera, the narrative flipped. He wasn't Claressa's powerful fiancé anymore. He was the man who broke down in public. And the internet wasted no time. Hashtags like hashtag Tony vs Papoose, hashtag Claressa caught in the middle, and hashtag somebody stop Tony exploded online. Clips hit millions of views in hours. One viral caption read, "Papoose dodges punches faster than Tony's career. Brutal." Then came the leaks. Alleged texts showed Tony ranting weeks earlier, "If I see him, it's on sight." Another supposed message from Claressa to a friend read, "If Tony snaps in public, I won't stop him. Let the world see who he really is." Whether real or fake didn't matter. The internet ate it up. And just like that, a personal meltdown turned into a global scandal. Blogs accused Tony of draining Claressa's money, hiring investigators to spy on her, even plotting this fight for attention. Was any of it true? Maybe, maybe not. But perception is louder than facts. What's clear is this: Tony wanted to step out of Papoose's shadow. Instead, he cemented himself as the man who unraveled trying. You don't take a swing at Papoose. That's not just a fight, it's like trying to go up against loyalty itself. The man's whole name has become a symbol of dedication and respect, so when Tony Rich decided to throw hands, he wasn't just starting a brawl. He was signing his own cancellation notice, plain and simple. And the fallout was immediate. Celebrities wasted no time chiming in. Rapper Mayo fired off a tweet that read, "Send the clip. Embarrassing." Within minutes it was everywhere. Cardi B even hit the like button on a post dragging Tony, which felt like her way of co-signing the internet's judgment. Then came Remy Ma. She didn't rant, she didn't clap back, she just dropped one word on her Instagram story. No details, no drama, just a single word. And that silence. Louder than any diss track. Meanwhile, Claressa Shields, the woman at the center of all this, chose silence too. At least at first. And let me tell you, that made things so much worse. Her quietness wasn't read as innocence, it was read as shade, as complicity, as strategy. Gossip blogs spun it immediately. Claressa's staying quiet, because she knows this scandal makes her bigger. Tony's humiliation is her content. And you know what? They weren't completely wrong. Every headline had her name attached. Every meme placed her in the spotlight. The fists may have flown between Tony and Papoose, but the true winner of the attention game was Claressa. That's the dangerous part of scandals. They don't just wreck reputations, they shift power. While Tony was roasted alive online, Claressa's brand engagement went through the roof. Her name trended worldwide. Sponsors circled. Journalists begged for interviews. And somewhere behind the scenes, her PR team was probably clinking glasses. But scandals don't stop when the punches do. They grow legs, they spread, they mutate into bigger problems. And for Tony Rich, this fight turned into a full-blown disaster. Days later, the police confirmed what everyone already guessed: the altercation was under investigation. Assault in public, on camera, with dozens of witnesses chanting "Stop." That's not something you sweep under the rug. Authorities began combing through multiple angles of the footage, and none of those clips painted Tony as the victim. Reports even suggested he could face charges ranging from disorderly conduct to attempted assault. One officer allegedly told a gossip site, "If Tony thinks money will save him, he's mistaken." The evidence is everywhere. Social media already did half our job. And while Tony drowned in legal trouble, Papoose handled it like a professional. Through his lawyer, he released a calm statement. Mr. Mackie Papoose was simply defending himself from an unprovoked attack. He remains focused on his family and his career. Translation: he wasn't stressing. His calmness only made Tony look weaker by comparison. But the damage didn't stop with Tony. Rumors swirled that Claressa's sponsors wanted answers. One leaked email claimed a major sportswear brand was rethinking their partnership because of negative press tied to Shields' inner circle. Another rumor said Claressa herself might be dragged into court as a witness if Tony's case moved forward. And just when it seemed like the storm couldn't get messier, whispers of defamation surfaced. Sources claimed Remy Ma was considering legal action after Tony shouted accusations about her husband and Claressa during the fight. If those words made it into the press, Remy's camp wasn't about to let it slide. Imagine the circus: Tony facing assault charges while also being sued for slander by hip-hop royalty. Through all of this, Claressa never broke her silence. Weeks passed, and she kept posting workout clips, smiling with friends, and showing herself living unbothered. Some fans loved it, calling it Queen energy. Others slammed her, saying she abandoned her fiancé while he crumbled. The divide only grew sharper. Then came the ugliest twist. A leaked court document suggested Tony had filed paperwork blaming his breakdown on emotional distress, caused by constant comparisons to Papoose. Yes, you read that right. He tried to blame the internet's obsession for his outburst. The reaction? Pure mockery. You can't sue the world for reminding you that you're not Papoose. That's like trying to sue the sky for raining. And if that wasn't enough, whispers began swirling that Claressa had put the engagement on hold. Allegedly, she told friends, "I can't marry a man who embarrasses me in public. That's not strength, it's weakness." Whether true or not, the rumor exploded, flipping the narrative overnight. Suddenly, Tony wasn't just under investigation, he was also abandoned. So where does that leave us? Tony Rich, humiliated, broke, possibly facing jail time, and maybe single. Papoose, calm, collected, and more respected than ever. And Claressa Shields. She's trending, her brand stronger than before, her silence working like strategy. But here's the real kicker: scandals don't die, they evolve. Today it's assault charges, tomorrow it could be leaked audio, secret deals, or shocking betrayals we haven't even imagined yet. The fight may have ended, but behind the scenes, the war is just beginning. And the question remains, was Tony's meltdown worth it? Or did he just make Papoose even more legendary by failing to bring him down? And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Pop Links for more awesome content.